YouTube? My name is LaShonda and I'm back with another video. So let's get into this video. Okay, if you've been following me on my social media for the last year or so, you would know that last year around this time I was admitted into the hospital because I had COVID and then I had double pneumonia. Okay, so this happened around May of last year. May 12th of this year made a year. That was the day that I actually got admitted into the hospital last year, May 12th. So I was in the hospital from May 12th to I was in the hospital from May 12th to maybe July 20th, 21st, 27th, toward the end of July, and then I had to go to rehab to learn to walk again and to talk and to build my vocals up because I did have a trach. If you can see, I had a trach. So I had to go to rehab I was in rehab from the end of July to September 3rd. September 2nd, I mean. So once I came home, I still had to go through therapy to get stronger, and then I still had to go to my regular doctor's appointment. Mind you, a week before I came home, I was still on oxygen. So I had to get, me walking from my bedroom to my daughter's bedroom, which is across the house, it was a struggle. It was like I was out of breath and my oxygen level would always drop. But that was normal because I had been on the ventilator and oxygen for May to September. Well, to the end of August. So I've been going back and forth to the doctor, and plus I deal with anemia. My blood stay low. So, and I have the best doctor, Dr. Valerie. Well, she's a nurse practitioner, but she's the best. Anyway, so I dealt with COVID. I dealt with a lot of anxiety. Like I dealt with anxiety, but it wasn't like it was like sporadic. It didn't happen all the time. But this past year, it's been happening just about every day or every other day. So I have trouble sleeping, and then when I sleep, I wake up gasping for air, and they think it's sleep apnea, but we don't know. Anyway, so my doctor referred me to a lung specialist. So I goes to the lung specialist last week. My lung specialist, so when I got in there, they asked me what was going on, and I was telling them. So because before the doctor come in, the nurse was there, and the nurse was like, "So you was on a ventilator?" And I was like, "Yes." And she was like, "How long were you on a ventilator?" And I was like, "I was on a ventilator from May to July." And she was like, "Wow." And she was like, "You had COVID." I was like, "Yeah." She's reading the records. I mean, she's reading the notes as she's asking me these questions. So I was like, "Yeah." So she did everything she needed to do, and then I had to wait on the lung specialist to come in. So the lung specialist come in, and he basically started reading the records too. And as he reading the records and asking me questions, he's also typing everything on the computer. I guess that's how they do it. So he asked me, he said, "So you was on a ventilator?" I was like, "Yes." And he was looking at my records, and he was like, "Looking at what I'm reading, you're not supposed to be here." And I was like, "Yeah, I've heard that a lot." And he was like, "So how long?" No, he asked me, "Where did it start?" I said, "I was in Louisville. I was in the hospital in Louisville from May 12th to May 14th. And then I was transferred to Baptist Memorial in Columbus, May 14th. And I was put on the ventilator because I couldn't breathe. I had to breathe because of COVID. So, and then he said, wow. He was shocked, really shocked. It kind of I kind of got teary-eyed. Then he said, "You're here for a reason." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." you know, because for months, you know, I got my medical records from Columbus, and I was reading over them and stuff, and so I've been praying to God. I'm like, God, show me why you kept me here. Show me what I'm supposed to be doing, because I feel stagnated. I feel like I'm in one spot and I'm not doing what you want me to do. So the doctor was like, he was like, you know, you're here for a reason. I was like, yeah. And he was like, I'm glad he kept you, and I'm glad to see you today, because you don't look like what you've been through. And then he just started talking about God. And that's when it dawned on me that I know why I'm here. Like the doctor said and everyone else say, I am a miracle. And I feel like, you know, sometimes when you pray, like I've been praying, Lord, show me, you know, and he finally showed me last week. I'm here to show people that God works miracles. Am I perfect? No. I'm grateful. And since I went through that, you know, my relationship with God is way better, because if it wasn't for him, not no doctor, because the doctor had already counted me out. They basically had gave up. It wasn't the doctor. And I'm not sorry, but the doctor didn't save me. God saved me, because he put me in the right place at the right time. Because as I studied and went back and looked, a lot of people that went to Jackson didn't make it. A lot of people that came to the Baptist, same condition as me, the same condition as me, healthier than me, didn't make it. I made it. So I know it was God. And, you know, people probably gonna say this, say that. I don't care, because at the end of the day, I know it was God. It wasn't the doctors. It was God. And that's and a lot of people probably get tired of me talking about it, but that's my story. And if it helps people, I'm going to tell it. I'm going to talk about it every day. I don't care. I'm going to talk about it, because I know for a fact it was people that was not believing in God that actually said they prayed to God for me. And within a couple of days after they prayed, I started coming back around. So can't nobody tell me it was not God. God put me in that situation to get some of the non-believers to believe. And therefore, I'm going to always tell my story. I'm going to always share my story, because I know it was God. And I'm going to always praise him. On YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, nobody silence me from praising God, because I know he did it for me. He assisted those doctors, because those doctors didn't know what to do. Everybody that was on that floor that was in there for COVID, they were experimenting on us. They didn't know. They gave my mom, my family, information that didn't even make sense to me. It didn't make sense. And they was even shocked. And then some of the nurses, after I woke up and was alert, some of the nurses came in there, they like this. They are in shock to see me up when the doctors already had counted me out. And they will always tell me, you are a miracle. That's how I know it was God. And they want me. And, you know, I've been getting questioned about writing a book. I can really write a book about my whole life, because my whole life have not always been perfect. And it's not perfect right now. I can write a book. And it's been on my mind, too, because one of my therapists keep saying, I can't wait to read your book. Can't wait to read your book. Mind you, this was back in August when she kept saying this, my speech therapy. Then someone on Facebook asked me, just last week, was I going to write a book? I've been brushing it off, but I guess that was my confirmation, so I'm going to start on that. But I just wanted to share that story because it's been a year and I'm still here. I'm forever grateful. I look at life totally different. I don't take nothing for granted. Me being able to talk, I don't take that for granted. Me being able to just breathe on my own, lift my hands, I don't take none of that for granted, because just last year I couldn't do none of that. I couldn't even see because they had took my contacts out. And if you know me, you know I can't see without my glasses or contacts. But God brought me to today. And a lot of people look at me and can't even tell. The only way you could tell is by this right here. That's it. And I just want to tell people, don't give up. Always trust God. When the doctors count you out, trust God. My pastor and first lady always told us that no matter what, trust God. And that's what I did. And when that day that my pastor prayed for me, when he prayed for me, I started praying for myself. And to be honest, it's a lot of stuff I don't remember, but that's one thing that I remember. Him praying for me. That's how I know it was God. But if you like this video or any of my videos, go ahead and give them a thumbs up. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so you'll know the next time that I upload a video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.